All right, we are back from Mr. Jeffrey's Algebra 1. We are actually redoing this one because I had to fix it. We're actually doing something in one day that we used to do to two because we can. By the way, if you hadn't done so yet, hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. That way you can get with all the fresh new Jeffrey's content. I mean, that's just, you just got to have your daily dose of vitamin J. Okay, so multi-step equations for you list makers. I know some of y'all are the type A people. You love to make lists, and on the number one thing of your list to do, you put make a list so you can cross it out. That just brings you joy in life. I'm not that person. But anyways, this is for you. So steps, it says distribute if needed. We're not always going to need to distribute. It's just if needed. Collect like terms on each side of the equal sign. Okay. Get all variables on the left side of the equal sign. This is going to be very important when we go to our next unit. A week from the day where we're doing inequalities, because we'll have some discussions about that. Constants on the right, coefficient by 1 by multiply or divide. Now, I kind of did this a little bit longer because if I was to shorten it, that's in Jeffernese. I understand that language. That's math nerd language. Not everybody speaks in math nerd, correct? Is anybody fluent in math nerd? Yeah, recording at 8:30 in the morning is amazing. There's like, okay. All right, so let's look at this example. So, multiple steps that we have going on here. Now, so I am actually, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Who messed with my stuff today? All right. By the way, that's the built-in sound effect when my little box moves. That little sound just pops up out of nowhere. All right. So we're going to distribute. Yes, we can distribute. Now, some people that are really smart, you probably wouldn't have to distribute first right here. That's awesome. Me and you will talk about that separately, but we need to make sure everybody is with us, okay? So, all right, it's kind of like Oprah's like Christmas party. You get a 4 and you get a 4, okay? That's what happens. Now, I also like doing this. This is just a Mr. Jeffries thing. I multiply 4 times y, I get 4y. I love to mark this out, and this is why. I can now make sure that I multiply by the second term, because a lot of people forget to do that because you're human. It's okay. All right. And it helps me know the sign better. If this happens to be a -5, we know we treat it as negative. Okay. Then we say plus, and I got to move this over because somebody didn't give himself enough room. And this is just great high dollar education right here. Taxpayers at work. All right. So, and then 4 times 5 is 20. 84. Now, on the collect like terms, that's either on each side of the equal sign. Now, it's actually easy to see on this because I have made my little highlighter wall. Okay. It's easier to see, like terms. They have to be on the same team. Okay. Some people are like, what about 4 and 20? I don't care. That 4's got a Y with it. It's not the same person. Okay. They're not on the same team. All right. So we don't have to do this. Variables on the left. This is done. See, we're just checking off. Constants on the right. And you can pew that one if you need to because, it's fun. All right. Variables on the left, constants on the right. Coefficient of 1. We get that by dividing. I thought I changed the color. What is going on? It's a Monday. So we get y equals 16. Now, yes, there was another way to start that problem. If you know that way, if you know what I'm talking about, me and you will have a separate thing because I don't want to confuse everybody that we just kind of may have an understanding of this. Okay. Now, the list, going through and making sure you have the steps is pretty good. Okay. Because that makes sure that you are doing each thing. The Here's where people get confused about this. Number one, y'all try to go from the problem to the answer like photo math. Okay. All right. You have to go through each step. And sometimes you have to go through a step back away from it and look at it and then see what it needs. Now, any artistic people in here? Anybody like do really good? Okay. How many times you're working on something, you do something, and you got to sit down, and you got to look at it like, what do I do next? Because something might, okay. Now, that's like me when I do my carpentry stuff, my woodworking for my honeybees. Okay, I am not a good woodworker. Okay, I look like a cross-eyed person trying to do stuff because none of my stuff is exactly right. But I have to try to fix it along the way. Okay, that's what we're doing. If you didn't laugh at the cross-eyed carpentry thing, you're wrong, Tucker. I very much appreciate it. You get extra points for Gryffindor today. All right, so we did the first one. Yeah. Okay. Are you supposed to know how to do every single problem now just because we did one problem? No, we have to look at different situations. Okay. You know, we have to look at Mr. Jeffries when he's had caffeine, when he's not had caffeine. If he accidentally got rear-ended by something. Did he get scared on the way here today? Who knows? Okay. All right. Did I mess something up? Okay. I was like, wow, it's really early. I hope I didn't. All right. So notice on our directions, I said distribute if needed. It says step one, distribute. Look, I even put these little check boxes on here for y'all to check them off. Ain't that amazing? Thank you. One person says, wow, as they're in between their third snack of the block. Okay. All right. Sultan, I need you to go to B105 right now. All right. So, do we have to distribute? No, we know we will distribute if we see parentheses. We don't have any parentheses, so we just kind of cross it out, check it off, whatever we need to do. Okay, collect like terms. All right, here's a P and here's a P. We got lots of P's on one side. Somebody P'd the left side, okay? I'm giving y'all gold. All right, what is 5 plus 3? 8. All right, so collect like terms. Variables on the left. Got it. All right, constants on the right. That's what we're about to do. So we're going to subtract this 7. Now, and I know some of y'all is like, this is where I would get confused because I don't know the rules. If you don't know the rules about add, subtract, and multiply, divide, and integers, use a calculator. Okay? If you do know the rules, you're like, oh, they're the same sign, so I add and keep the sign, whatever. Either way you do it, calculator or normal ways, you're going to get this. So constants on the right. Okay. Coefficient on 1, that means we got to divide. We get P equals -3. All right. Not too terribly bad. And I know some of you are like, oh, this is a lot of work. I have learned in my many, many years in education, teenagers equate multiple steps with difficulty. Okay. You'll say a multi step problem is too hard because it's too much work. But yet, I don't know. I have some people that they wake up at the crack of 5 to make sure they get on their base layer, their contouring layer, and they make sure they get their eyeliner just right and all this other kind of stuff. Huh? You feel targeted? Not, no. You only get up at 6. Okay. Listen, some of y'all, you do really good with your makeup. I can't even tell that there's a different, if you blend it in correctly, because this is what's odd. In the 80s and 90s, they had that really bright orange foundation where like a person's face would be one color and their neck would be another color. Okay. We see that some. Okay. But not everybody is like that. And then, I know some people, they're like, man, I've worked for so long to get this, they work on their cars or work on their computers, whatever. You still got to do multiple steps. Not everybody wakes up wanting to do math, though. I don't know why. All right, number two. Do, do, do we need to distribute? No. So we're done. Collect like terms. All right. These should be on different teams on each side of the equal sign. Okay. Whatever sport you do, vampires and werewolves, zombies and plants, cats, dogs, whatever. Okay. So we don't have to do that. Variables on the left. All right, this is understood to be a what right here, this K right here. A 1. Now, what's its sign? Is it positive or negative? It's understood to be positive, okay? So how do we undo a positive? Subtract, yeah. Now, some of y'all, I don't know if it's because you're not awake yet or you haven't got that confidence. We're like, subtract. All right, so if I have 13 students and one mysteriously disappears, we have 12 students. Now, this is also where somebody will mess up because I've done this myself. They'll write just that on the right-hand side. Is that correct? No, because there's a minus, there's a subtraction sign with it. We have to bring it down. Okay, that's why I said you do the step and you have to kind of step back and look. Okay, and if you have really bad handwriting like I do, it's kind of hard to see sometimes, right? Some people are like, wow, I don't want to feel attacked again. He got us for makeup, but Anyways, all right. So variables on the left, we got it. Now, constants on the right. Have y'all noticed, like after like one or two steps, we're down to a two-step equation? Like it's really basically what we did on Friday. Just it's like adding a little side quest to the main quest of our thing. All right, so constants. All right, so I get 12K, which I had that in my bank account, and negative 12. Bless you. And side by side, I must divide. Yeah. If you take, God, cheese and crackers. If you take each step slowly, there's not a prize for being the first one done with the test. There's not a prize for being the second one done with the test. Okay. Work at your own pace, though you should have plenty of time to do your test in class. Okay. Everybody okay with that? Some of y'all. All right, y'all. We have a test Friday. It's on the board. Talked about it. Remember, Thursday is going to be our review day. Okay. And when is all the homework in school did you do? Thursday. Yeah, do Thursday. Now, if you're still having issues with your login and stuff like that, let me know before Thursday. Okay. I can work with you, print stuff out, maybe let this one go because it's beyond your control. Or if you have one of those Chromebooks that's decided to go like in between. All right. All right. These two right here. These two are on the back. Now, I've tried to put the lines on here. And the reason why, how many of y'all, if there wasn't a line right there, that you'd have to draw a line to make sure that you didn't get them smushed together? Okay, yes. And I did that one time last year, and the student, one of my very favorite students, I have him get in as a senior. He's like, thank you so much. Because his handwriting is like worse than mine. All right. Now, let's do number 3 first. We are going to distribute. So get a negative 2m, mark it out, negative 6. Ugh, I did not do the thing with the stuff. Okay, because that would help. All right, this is one of those weird things where I actually need to distribute on both sides, okay? Take it a bite at a time, okay? If I were to go to Crickets and get like their large hot wings and fries special, can I safely put all 12 wings in my mouth at once and eat them? No. I had to eat them one at a time. Yes, I love chicken wings. My favorite. All right. So we multiply 2 times m. Cross this out. Nope, nope, that's not negative, Jeffries. All right. And then minus 6. All right. So we have distributed. So step 1 done. Okay. Now, collect like terms. Step 2, there are already different terms on each side. We're good to go. Step 3, variables on the left. I need to move this 2m over here with this 2m. So I subtract. I'll try to get back on like regular colors in a second. I'm sorry. All right, these go away. Now, is this just a 6 or what is this over here? Negative. Don't forget to bring that minus 6 down. Okay. And some of y'all are like, I messed up. That's okay. By the way, remember, you get to retake sections of your test. So if you didn't do great on a section the first time, get the time, we'll look back at it. Okay. I know a lot of people are like, you shouldn't do that, Jeffrey. So I'm like, oh, okay, then how many times did it take you to get your pass your teaching test? Yeah, I'm that guy, petty. P-E to the T-T-Y. All right. So now, step 4, I've got to get my constants to the right. So I'm going to add 6. I don't know if something in my desk just broke or something. I don't know. There was a loud noise. All right. Now, let's think about this. Some of y'all are like, I don't wake up till noon. Okay, we'll come back at noon and think about it. What is the only thing we can multiply by negative 4 to make it be 0? 0. Yeah. Some people are going to sit here and go right to this. Not everybody. Some people are going to have to sit here and do this because they have to see each step. It's okay for either way because we're still multiplying. Okay. Anything to, 0 over anything is 0. All right. Bless you. That's what I'm saying. If somebody besides you is working a little bit different, say, okay, that works for you, not for me. Okay. I love it. Y'all are missing it right here. I wish I had a camera facing this class because I have some students that they're really good at this and they're being very quiet and very respectful to people taking notes. I love it. And yes, I break the fourth wall all the time. All right. I'll get number 4 kind of set up. Is anybody still working on number 3? Copy it down. Is anybody need more time? Yes, no, maybe. Anything? Okay, love the conversations we're having this morning. All right. What's step 1? What would we What does step one normally say? Distribute. Okay. Do we have to distribute right here? No. Okay. So we don't do that. What's the next step? Combine like terms. Okay. Now, on this left side, I have a 3 and a -7. Some people will need to rewrite that beside each other. That's fine. Some people will not. Either way. All right. So if I had a calculator and I said 3 minus 7, I'm going to get -4. All right. Now, I have a -x and a +x. What happens to those? They cancel each other out, just like all x's should. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's look over here. Now we've collected all like terms on the left side. Okay. We got this all nice and neat. For you OCD people, this is right up your alley. For y'all COD people, y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, on the right hand side, I have a 2 and a 6. So what's 2 plus 6? 8. All right. So even though we didn't distribute, our collect like terms took a little bit of time. But look, it's kind of like, I don't know, like the makeover shows, the not to hot, or I don't know. They used to have a lot of makeover shows where they would take somebody kind of frumpy or something. What was so some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Other people are just going to they know what I'm talking about. They're just not going to acknowledge it. They're going to see how far I can dig a hole. Appreciate it. Love you too. All right. So now we need to get all our constants on one side. All right. This is the one time that I'm going to say it's okay to leave your variable on this side. And I know some people are like, it's a rule. Yes, I know. But if it works out for you, it works out for you. Wow, somebody is jamming out. You're going to be as deaf as I am in one ear or both. If you're sitting by that person that's music is real loud, you might want to tap them and tell them to turn it down. Thank you. All right. So, how do we get rid of this -4? Divide. All right, so we're going to get 3 equals x. If you move the 4x over, you are still going to get that. You're still going to get this. Either way, it's the same thing. Okay. Now, that was an ugly problem, right? That was like a catfish problem. That was like, yeah, they've been sending these good pictures and all of a sudden turn up, they've got like one eye, two teeth. Okay. Yeah. But behind, I have a very vivid imagination. Okay. I was catfished one time in college, and this was before the internet dating stuff became really big. Yeah, not really. That was the one time I purposely acted like a jerk to not have to talk to that person again. Good luck. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Is everybody good with number 4? Some of y'all are still wanting to know about the catfish date, and come back and see me later. I'll tell you about that later. Yeah. No. All right. Unique situations. Okay. Unique situations. A, if we get a true statement, it equals IMS. Okay. A false statement equals no solution. All right. A true statement is something like this. This is like 4 equals 4. -1 equals -1. 0 equals 0. Those are all true statements. Okay. Because 4 does equal 4, right? 0 does equal 0. Okay. Side eye does equal side eye. Okay. Now, all right. So, a false statement. Somebody give me an example of a false statement. Yeah, 1 equals 2. Huh? Okay, you said that really fast. I think Kim K's all natural. Oh, yeah, Mr. Jeffries equals catfish. Or I love this one, -3 equals 3. A lot of people are like, it's the same thing. No, it's not. It is not. Y'all are cracking me up for the people that are awake. I appreciate it. All right. So let's look at number A right here. This has a negative sign. This does a couple of things. This is understood to be -1. Okay. Any DC fans? Okay. Like Reverse Flash, Bizarro Superman, that kind of stuff. Anybody watch the Superman and Lois series? That's actually pretty good. It's on the CW. It is. It's actually really good. Basically, it takes everything in here and changes the sign. So instead of having a positive 4n, we have a negative 4n. Instead of a positive 2, we have a negative 2. That's going to be important later down the road. Okay? Just not now. All right? We have to distribute over here. Negative times a positive is a -4. Negative times a negative is a positive. All right. Hey, she's back. Y'all quit talking about her. All right. So we've got this done. We've done this magical mathematic, distributing. So we don't have to combine like terms. Let's move our variables to the left side. Let's move this -4n over here. Say it. Yeah, you can't have -2 equal 2, right? Okay, this is a false statement. Like when they say high school is going to be easy or teaching is going to be fun. Okay, this is a false statement. This is no solution. Now, there's a couple ways on your test that you can write this. You can write it, you can actually write no solution. You can do this, which means null set or empty set for my computer programmers. Y'all know all about this. Or you could be like that one professor that I had, and that's how he made us do it because you were SOL to the 10th power or nth power. I don't know. He was weird. Okay. You can spell it out, do the circle slash. I don't care. What's really funny is I've actually had no solution on the directions of the test and people misspell it. They spelt it like this. So Uchun. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. All right. What I like about the IMS or the no solution problems, usually they're very few steps. One person gets it. Thank you, Skittle shirt. Or I'm sorry, Fruity Pebble sweater. That's what I said earlier. That's what I think about. Does it not look like? I mean, it's very pretty, very nice. I'm sorry. That's that's just the way I think. All right. Let's look at number B. Somebody's music is still too loud. Who is that? Somebody's music. You're sitting right beside them and you can hear it too, and you're not telling them. Okay. I really love it when I have, hey, psst, psst, psst. Okay, we can hear you. Okay. Also, I love it when they're like, "Hey, Mr. Jeffries, I bet you never heard a beat like this before." They go, I'm like, every day of my life. You're not original. Okay. Yes. All right. So, do we need to distribute on this one? No. Okay. We do need to combine like terms, but we only have to do it really on this right side. This left side, it's okay. All right. We have a -5 minus 13, which is, all right, let's look at our problem. Is it a true statement, or how many of y'all think it's a true statement? Raise your hand. How many of y'all you can't see it yet, so you got to keep going? If you can't see it yet, you got to keep going. That's absolutely fine, because I was that person too when I was your age. I was like, that something doesn't smell right, but I'm gonna keep going. Okay. If you have to, you can keep going. So it looks like this. Okay. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. If that's the way you operate, let it roll, man. All right. IMS. IMS stands for Infinitely Many Solutions, not idiots on mass supply. Okay. God, you're killing me, Smalls. All right. Now, here's the thing on this. Usually on a test, I used to give like 8 problems and I would put them all together. I'd put like the multi-step and I'd put some of these in there. And it's sometimes you'll, in the direction of these, you'll get something like x equals 2 or n equals -5. You'll get an actual answer. I've had tons of students, they'll write no solution, solution, no solution, solution. Or they'll write no solution for all of them. They're like, I got a 50-50 chance. I'm like, no, actually, you got less than that. Okay. I've had some not bright students before. Okay. All right. So you only have 2 more practice problems. All right. This is where we're going to stop the recording. I know all y'all are like, oh, wish the commercial, I wish the show was longer, but it's okay. All right. So don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.